I would say I failed during A-levels. And that is why I didn't manage to go to a local university. Yeah, so it really knocked my confidence out of the park. My name is Muhammad Esdy Nazim bin Rosali. Ini Kasih Kita. I'm a Medical Science Liaison at Johnson & Johnson, Singapore. I went to primary school at Chifa Primary School and Chihua Primary School. I went to secondary school at BT Secondary School. I did my A-levels at Nanyang Junior College. I went to university at University of Western Australia, and I did my PhD at University of Queensland. I think my commitment to my studies is very driven by how I was brought up in the household. We are a working class family, you know, I think was inculcated with me from my youth, and the focus on academics was such that my dad used to paste these newspaper clippings of the top PSLE students, top O-level students in my room to show that anything is possible with studies, but of course be balanced with your other hobbies like playing sports, things like that. I think they would say I was fairly studious. I think as you get older, the higher level you go, the lesser chance you may get away with that. Especially in junior college, where I realized leaving revisions and studies to the last minute doesn't work, and I am aware enough to say that I would say I failed during A-levels, and that is why I didn't manage to go to a local university. Yeah, so it really knocked my confidence out of the park. It was really a shock to the system, but I had that strong support from family, from a circle of friends who said it was a blip, but it was a very big blip, and I knew I could redeem myself, but it will take years to redeem myself. And what I realized is it took 10 years to redeem myself. But there was a price, and that price was a financial sacrifice to go overseas. And once I knew that price, once my family knew that price, and once we all agreed that there is a price to pay, we just went in. I would say I just did my best and let God do the rest. So it was a very chastening period in my life, but I was happy that I failed, because I wouldn't have pushed myself to go to the highest level possible to do a PhD if I just managed to scrape enough to have that sense of I'm doing enough. At some point during my PhD, I realized I wanted to change gears. I wanted to work in the pharmaceutical industry. So I switched gears and prepared myself for that career. It took a lot of work, but I was prepared to do it because back to what I shared earlier, once I set a goal, I'm quite single-minded about achieving it, no matter how many failed attempts. And I don't get discouraged by the many failed attempts once I set a goal. I didn't have much time for leisure because I was actually working part-time to support myself, because I was supporting myself. I spent about 20 hours on weeknights working in a chain of supermarkets called Woolworths. So I was one of those refillers. So when the customers leave, the store closes, we restock the shelves. But it's one of those lessons in life, going to school in the day, at night going to work, and it restarts again. And I set myself a challenge that even though I have all these commitments, I'll get the best grades I can get. I can't recall a lot of things in my time in Brisbane because the PhD journey was very arduous. I think the LBKM money, I was very grateful for it. It was a supplement to what I was earning back then. I probably use it on rent, because that's one of the core needs. If you don't make rent, you live under a bridge. But no, I'm joking. To learn, be bold and brave, knowledge, modest. L, I would say to learn. Learn is not just in school, it's to learn the different experiences in life, failures, the different people you meet. Tap on what they have gone through, because age is a very good teacher. For B, I would say be bold and brave. Don't ever think that something is too far out of your reach. If you set very, very high goals, you might not reach it, but you still get high enough to be of a certain standing. In terms of K, it's very relevant to the LBKM, knowledge. Always be able to seek knowledge, whether it's in religion or in secular studies. It will make you a better person, knowing your place in society and how you can be a valuable person in society. And for M, I think it ties back to K, is to be modest. No matter how high you go, there's always someone who's achieved more than you. And no matter how low in the doldrums you are, there's always someone in a worse state than you. Thank you, donors, for your continuous support in touching the lives of many beneficiaries. I hope there will be a new generation of donors to support the next generation of youths so that they can continue standing on the shoulders of giants.